another edition of Devout Deism. I am your host, David Robertson. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. So, evidently, I need to reiterate the idea that I am not a classical deist per se. I'm not a paleo-deist. So, and I'm not even really a modern deist. I kind of just, my goal, my entire purpose, I feel like, is to forge new ground, to get better understanding. Not for everybody else. I do these videos, I talk about deism, I mentor deism, for nothing other than to try and expand information. You learn by teaching. So I teach it, and by helping formulate ideas that go on video or in writing or whatever, you learn a lot. And so I discover a lot of ideas by constantly researching and trying to constantly refine different theorem or whatever. So my position on deism changes over time. I'm not the same deist I was 10 years ago. And over the course of the first probably 5 years of me practicing deism, I would say that it changed probably every year at least. Okay? So you have to take it for what it's worth. Once again, a lot of my ideas, especially like, for instance, the Trinian contradictions, okay, that's going to vary. That's going to, contradict in some ways a lot of what even some classical or paleo-deists would have believed. But I'm not doing that to destroy or whatever. That's not the point. That's not the intent. It's to expand. It's to get better. It's to further understand God. That's really what it's about. Anyway, so I was asked about prayer. And this has actually come up quite a bit. How do deists pray? Well, it depends. It depends substantially. It depends on what type of deist you are. Obviously, some deists believe in intervention. Some deists don't. If you believe in intervention, which, that's your right to do, I would imagine you would pray just like anybody else, which would be a solemn request and thanks and all this other stuff, and then you would be rolling the dice on intervention and destiny and everything else, and that's fine. That's up to the individual. However, if you are one who does not believe in intervention, say for instance you let's say you don't subscribe to intervention, what would be an appropriate prayer? What would be a prayer? What would be a good way to go about praying if you were a deist who doesn't believe in intervention? Well, you would eliminate solemn requests. You would eliminate anything that has to do with blessing food or helping somebody out or helping yourself out. It wouldn't be cries for help. It would mainly fall down into prayers of gratitude. Understanding, of course, that you may be leaving a message on a text or on an answer machine that may not be heard. I mean, who knows? And once again, it's not so much that, and you have to understand, my picture of deism is not that God set everything in motion and then went away. I don't believe that he's disinterested. And I think I've got some other videos in the queue that help explain this. But I don't think that's the case. I just don't think that there's going to be a contamination. I don't believe in intervention. It wouldn't make any sense. It actually kind of goes against the point, in my opinion. But once again, that's my belief. I'm not asking you to believe it. I don't care if you believe it or not. That's not the point of me sharing this. I share these things because people ask me these questions. And obviously some people are intrigued with what I have to say. So anyway, back to the point. If you're going to pray the way I pray, they're normally prayers of gratitude. I see something amazing, or I experience something amazing, or maybe sometimes hard and I've persevered. There's, gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to have the intestinal fortitude to overcome this. Thank you for allowing me to experience this. Thank you for for creating such amazing things for me to discover. Pretty basic stuff, but it falls around gratitude. Who am I to ask for help from? I mean, I'm one person in over 7 billion on one planet out of infinite amount. I'm nobody. I'm small. I'm insignificant. So I'm grateful that I get to experience time with my daughter. I'm grateful that I get to see wonderful things like sunsets. I'm grateful that I get to constantly learn and challenge not only myself, but the paradigms in which people are currently held to. That's what I'm grateful for, and that's how I pray. Once again, I'm not asking you to pray, but if it is grace, let's say you're saying grace at a table, you're the only deist, and there's maybe you're expected to say grace. Okay, but for those of you who caught that, saying grace. But anyway, let's say that that's the case. You can still thank God for the food. I mean, it's all part of creation anyway, right? So there's no reason not to be grateful. But that's where I draw the line. I don't ask for help. I don't have requests. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would he be motivated to do that? Why would he be motivated to change something? And once again, I've got other videos in the queue that help explain that point of view, but I was asked about how I pray, and so I thought I would provide that. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, you may be a classical deist. You may believe in intervention, and that's okay. I'm not saying that it's bad. You may even be a paleo deist and subscribe to what, more of a theology, a natural theology, and that's fine too. You could even be a panendeist, and I mean, whatever that spectrum is irrelevant. I'm not telling you how to live your life. It's not my job. I'm just telling you how I do it. If you don't want to hear it, don't. Anyway, so that does it for me today. That's and like I said, I've got other videos in the queue, and I know people have been asking for that. I apologize. I've had a lot of other projects, and we'll get them out there. We've got plenty more on the way, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another edition of Devout Deism. Till next time, take care.